Jokes about women. Question: how do you know when a woman is about to say something smart? Answer: when she starts her sentence with, a man once told me a. School jokes. Teacher: a if you reached in your right pocket and found a nickel, and you reached in your left pocket and found another one, what would you have a boy? A somebody else a trademark s pants a. IT jokes. Dave took Mary out for a romantic dinner where conversation turned to the subject of marriage. Dave had been saving for an engagement ring, but he was in graduate school and in dire need of a new computer. Mary was understanding, telling Dave they had the rest of their lives to get engaged, so he should use his savings to buy a computer instead. During dessert, Dave suddenly reached into his pocket and pulled out an engagement ring. Mary was stunned, but after she collected herself, she looked up and prompted, "Well, don't you have something to ask me?" Dave then got down on bended knee. "Honey," he said, "will you buy me a new computer?" Blonde jokes. A blonde goes into work one morning crying her eyes out. Her boss, concerned about his employees' well-being, asks sympathetically, "What's the matter?" The blonde replies, "Early this morning I got a phone call saying that my mother had passed away. I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Why don't you go home for the day? We aren't terribly busy. Just take the day off to relax and rest." The blonde very calmly explains, "No, I'd be better off here. I need to keep my mind off it and I have the best chance of doing that here." The boss agrees and allows the blonde to work as usual. "If you need anything, just let me know," he says. A few hours pass and the boss decides to check on the blonde. He looks out over his office and sees the blonde crying hysterically. He rushes out to her and asks, "Are you going to be okay? Is there anything I can do to help?" "No," replies the blonde, "I just got a call from my sister, and she said that her mom died too." Sport jokes. 3 heavyweight men, an American, and an Englishman and a sumo wrestler were going to commit suicide by jumping of the top of a building. The American jumped off and shouted, "God save America!" The Englishman jumped off and shouted, "God save the Queen!" The sumo wrestler jumped off and shouted, "God save the person who I land on!" Sex jokes. A man was telling his wife that he wanted to go to this country in which women paid men $20 every time they had sex. She replied, "I do too." He gets confused and asks why. She tells him, "I'd like to see how long you can last on $40 a month." Little Johnny jokes. The Sunday school teacher asks, "A now, Johnny, tell me frankly, do you say prayers before eating a? No sir, a. Little Johnny replies, a. I don't a trademark T have 2. My mom is a good cook a. Blonde jokes. Q. What do you do if a blonde throws a pin at you? A. Run, she has a grenade in her mouth. Military jokes. An Israeli soldier who just enlisted asked the commanding officer for a 3-day pass. The co says, "Are you crazy? You just joined the Israeli army, and you already want a 3-day pass. You must do something spectacular for that recognition." So the soldier comes back a day later in an Arab tank. The co was so impressed, he asked, "How did you do it?" "Well, I jumped in a tank, and went toward the border with the Arabs. I approached the border, and saw an Arab tank. I put my white flag up, the Arab tank put his white flag up. I said to the Arab soldier, 'Do you want to get a 3-day pass?' So we exchanged tanks." Little Johnny jokes. Little Johnny's father asks him if he knows about the birds and the bees. I don't want to know. Little Johnny says, bursting into tears. Confused, his father asks what's wrong. Oh, Dad, little Johnny sobs. First, there was no Santa Claus, then no Easter Bunny, and finally, no Tooth Fairy. If you're about to tell me that grown-ups don't really have sex, I've got nothing left to believe in.